The first account of abortion was found in 1550 BCE and was recorded on an Egyptian papyrus. It is clear that this attack on the family has been around for centuries. Abortion is an ongoing topic, and its laws are constantly being challenged and brought to the courts to either allow abortion or to stop the spread of it. Abortion should not be taken lightly. It is a serious thing that changes the course of many lives. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "How can the dream survive if we murder the children?" Every aborted baby is like a slave in the womb of his or her mother. The mother decides his or her fate. First, I'd like to discuss what an abortion is and go over the different procedures. Next, talk about the effects that it has on mothers that do have an abortion, whether it was their choice or not. Lastly, talk about the different laws that are in place and the history of them. All of these topics are important for us to understand the dangers of abortions and how we can stop the spread of it. An abortion is a medical or surgical procedure that deliberately ends a pregnancy before an embryo or fetus is born. Worldwide, there are about 20 to 30 million illegal abortions performed each year, with an additional 10 to 20 million legal abortions performed each year. This is an astounding number. There are two main ways that an abortion is done. The first way and most common way is surgical abortion. This is done in the first trimester, is done by vacuuming or sucking the embryo out. This is considered to be the least invasive procedure and also one of the simplest from a surgical standpoint. The next type of abortion is a medical abortion. These are typically done before the 9th week of pregnancy. They are done by taking a pill with mifepristone and Pristol together. These are not to be confused with birth control and must be given to you by a doctor. The pill causes the uterus to contract, making the embryo come off of the uterus lining. Abortion is a serious thing. Not all women that have an abortion are happy that they went through with it. In fact, most women feel some sort of mourning and regret from the abortion, especially if they felt pressured from others to go through with it. This is a real story from a woman that had an abortion. She says, "I was in college and became pregnant. My boyfriend didn't want to have the baby. I didn't want the shame of being pregnant and not married. I kept my secret for over 18 years. Finally, while in a church service, I surrendered my secret to God. The healing journey began. I went to an abortion recovery program and that helped in my healing tremendously. I'm glad I told my secret." Often these women need help and are too scared to get help or don't know where to go for help. The more we educate people and women about abortion, the more women will know that they have other options besides abortion. The history of abortion is important so we can further understand the effects that it will continue to have on our society. Connecticut was the first state to pass an anti-abortion law in 1821. This left abortion up to the discretion of the state until Roe v. Wade ruling. In 1967, 49 states had deemed abortion to be a felony. That same year, Colorado passed a law allowing women to seek voluntary abortions. This led to many other states doing the same thing and legalizing abortion. In 1973, when the Supreme Court ruled the Roe v. Wade, they determined that a fetus was not a person in a legal sense. The Supreme Court also ruled that due to the Constitution, women had certain rights when it came to abortion. They also determined that the decision was up to the woman and her physician to abort in the first trimester. The laws currently prohibit abortion beyond the first trimester if a baby is viable, meaning they can live outside of the womb, unless the pregnancy is dangerous for the mother. This allows states to still put laws in place to stop abortion during the second and third trimester. 2 years ago, a leak from the Planned Parenthood surfaced and brought up information that showed that they were performing abortions that were past the allowed time and were using methods that were harmful to the fetus. Priests for Life and Abortion Free Mexico have been advocating and trying to raise awareness of the partial births that have been taking place and trying to rid places of the procedure. These illegal abortions are not only dangerous to the fetus, but can also be dangerous to the mother. Due to the leaks of information, the U.S. House has started an investigation to see what these companies are doing behind closed doors. An investigation about the Southwest Woman's Choice has begun to see what's really going on. The CDC estimates that about 13,000 second and third trimester abortions are being done each year. This is a surprisingly large number considering the laws that are in place to prevent second and third trimester abortions. The investigation is still underway, but hopefully this is a step in the right direction to stop illegal abortions from taking place. Now what? How can we help to stop the growing problem of abortion and become advocates for it? The first way is to help others become aware of their options. Many women are faced with an unplanned pregnancy, think that abortion is the only way out. This isn't true. There are many other options besides abortion, like adoption or keeping and raising the baby. Spreading this awareness can be done in our communities, and we can help those close to us find alternative plans. Second, we need to advocate for our laws to be upheld and to become uniform. Many women that are in states or countries that do not allow abortions past a certain time will just go to a different state or country and have the procedure done. This undermines our laws, and if we could have our laws be the same across states and across the country, then we could stop illegal abortions from happening. I know we can feel small and feel like we are just one person, but there are many wonderful groups that we can join that have already begun to advocate for these things. Some of these groups are National Rights for Life Committee, Priests for Life, Abortion Free Mexico, Pro-Life Action League, Alliance Defending Freedom, Bound for Life, and many, many more. Being a member of these groups will help to raise awareness of the dangers that abortion has in our world. In conclusion, abortion is a growing problem. If we do not try to make our laws uniform and spread the awareness of illegal abortions, then they will continue to happen. Educating ourselves and others on the dangers of abortion will become increasingly more important. There are many movements like the pro-choice movement that try to make a fetus seem like it is not a person, and like it is the woman that gets to choose if the baby lives or dies. This is a dangerous way of thinking and will lead to more abortions happening. Understanding how abortions are done, the history of abortions, and the effects it has on mothers will help us to understand the changes that need to be made and how we can stop the spread of abortion. As Martin Luther brought to our attention, we cannot let the children be a slave to their mother's womb if the dream is to survive.